Last week, we established that Social Security doesn't go far in most American cities. This week, I want to show you where it does. I've been researching 5 countries where a single person can live well, not just survive, on a modest fixed income. And I'm looking at this through the lens of someone like me, a woman planning alone on one income who needs the numbers to actually work. If you appreciate this content, tap that like button. Now let's get into it. Before we get into the countries, I want to say something important. Everything I'm sharing is research. I have not personally lived in any of these places. I'm in the same planning phase as most of you, reading everything I can find, running numbers, talking to people who have done it. Treat this as a starting point, not a final answer. I'll tell you exactly where to verify the numbers yourself at the end of the video. Now, let's get into it. First up, Portugal. A lot of people hear Portugal and think Lisbon or Porto. Those cities have gotten expensive. We're not talking about those. We're talking about places like Coimbra, Braga, Évora, and the Silver Coast. Smaller cities where life is beautiful, the pace is slow, and the cost of living is still manageable on a fixed income. In these areas, a single person can live comfortably on roughly $1,500 to $2,000. That covers a decent apartment, food, transportation, and basic health care. The D7 passive income visa is designed for people living on pension income, Social Security, or other passive sources. You apply from the U.S., prove reliable monthly income above a set threshold, and once approved, you're a legal resident. Social Security income counts toward it, and I'll do a full video on the D7 process down the road. Daily life in a smaller Portuguese city means morning markets, walkable neighborhoods, pharmacies on every corner, and English widely spoken. Portugal ranks among the safest countries in the world. Expat women consistently report feeling comfortable walking alone and building a social life without significant concerns. The one caveat, EU bureaucracy is real. Getting residency takes patience and paperwork, but the stability makes it worth it for many people. Second, Panama. Panama City is expensive, not what we're talking about. We're talking about Boquete, Pedasí, Valle de Antón, smaller expat towns with real infrastructure. The monthly budget is roughly $1,200 to $1,800. Panama has 2 advantages almost no other country on this list has. First, the US dollar. No currency exchange, no exchange rate risk. What you plan is what you spend. Second, the pensionado visa. To qualify, you need proof of at least $1,000 per month in permanent income. Social Security counts. Once you have it, the discounts are substantial. 20% off doctor visits and medical services, up to 15% off hospital bills, 10% off prescriptions, 25% off domestic airline tickets, and 50% off entertainment. Over a year, those add up to real money. I'll do a dedicated pensionado visa video because it deserves its own full breakdown. Safety in the smaller expat towns is generally considered good, although do your own neighborhood research. The tight-knit expat communities in places like Boquete are a real asset for solo women arriving new. Third, Ecuador, specifically Cuenca. Write it down if you haven't heard of it because it comes up constantly in serious retirement abroad research. Cuenca uses the US dollar. It has an established expat community with English-speaking doctors, lawyers, and real estate agents. And it has a climate that most people don't expect. Sitting at 8,500 feet elevation, temperatures stay in the 60s and 70s Fahrenheit almost every day of the year. No air conditioning, no heavy heating bills, no humidity. People call it the city of eternal spring, and that's accurate. For someone on a fixed budget, Not paying for climate control year-round is a genuine financial advantage. The monthly budget here is roughly $1,200 to $1,600. Ecuador's retirement visa has straightforward requirements. Private health care is good quality at a fraction of U.S. costs. For solo women, Cuenca's infrastructure is a real asset. You're not pioneering. There are people there who will help you land, and that matters when you're doing this alone. If you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week I'm covering a new piece of this puzzle. Check the description and the pinned comment below for the research resources I use. Fourth, Thailand, specifically Chiang Mai. The cost of living is low, the food is extraordinary, and the healthcare is where Thailand really surprises people. The monthly budget is roughly $1,000 to $1,500, including a comfortable apartment, eating out regularly, transportation, and private health insurance. Thailand has a network of private hospitals that cater to expats. Modern, clean, English-speaking doctors, many trained in the US or UK. A doctor's visit that costs $200 to $300 in the US runs $20 to $40 in Chiang Mai. Procedures that would be thousands at home are often hundreds there. For someone on a fixed income, managing ongoing health needs, this matters enormously. The honest caveat, Thailand's retirement visa requires either $27,000 in a Thai bank account or $2,000 per month in income. For Social Security alone, that threshold can be a stretch, but combining Social Security with a small side income is how many people make it work. Go in with clear eyes on this one. Safety for solo women in Chiang Mai is generally considered good, though situational awareness always matters. Also consider massive expat and tourist infrastructure is in place. Fifth, Vietnam, Da Nang or Hội An, the most affordable on this list by a meaningful margin. The monthly budget is roughly $800 to $1,200, and the food situation here deserves a mention. Eating out in Vietnam is genuinely cheaper than cooking at home. A full meal at a local restaurant runs $1 to $3. A bowl of pho at a street stall is less than $1. Fresh tropical fruit costs almost nothing. For someone on a tight fixed income, eating well every day without worrying about the bill is a real quality of life win. The honest caveat, Vietnam has no official long-term retirement visa. Most long-term expats manage through tourist visas, e-visas, and periodic renewals. It works for many people, but it introduces uncertainty the other countries on this list don't have. Research this carefully before committing. Safety for solo women in Da Nang and Hội An is generally considered very good. Low violent crime rate and a long history of welcoming visitors. So that's the list. 5 countries, real numbers, honest caveats. 1. Verify everything. Cost of living changes, visa rules change. My go-to sources are Numbeo.com for city cost comparisons, International Living for broader country rankings, and expat Facebook groups for ground-level current reality. Real people in those groups will tell you what things actually cost right now. 2. None of this works without an emergency fund. Going abroad without a financial cushion isn't a plan, it's a risk. Building that safety net while still working is part of my plan, and it'll be part of this channel too. If this video helped, tap the like button. It helps this channel reach more people who need this conversation. And if you want to go deeper on one of these countries, next I'm breaking down the Panama Pensionado visa, everything you need to know. The full visa picture, income requirements, and exactly how to apply. You can watch it right here. I'll see you there.